Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan. Once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. We have a lot of questions coming up in our minds always. What is the purpose of my life? Why am I here? Why am I alive and what am I doing here? And am I doing what I have been sent here or what karma I have been sent here? And so these questions plague our mind, and many times we are in the search of the purpose of life, the aim of life, and to fulfill our karma. Now, how do we know what is the purpose of life? Now, there are times where people think that based on what ascendant you are born, your purpose of life is based on the ascendant. Now, nothing can be far from the truth, because there are just 12 ascendants. That means there are only 12 purposes of life, and each person follows, because of that ascendant, only that purpose of life. That is not true. The purpose of life doesn't come only from the ascendant or majorly from the ascendant. The ascendant just gives you the mannerism in which how you will conduct yourself. For example, when you look at the Aries ascendant or the Kalpurush Lagna, you know that Mars rules the first house, and Mars's placement in the horoscope will tell you how the person will manifest his life. Now, the Lagna Lord is one of the important areas that the person will follow his karma or follow or do his duty or follow his actions based on where the Lagna Lord is placed. And to that extent, there will be actions around what the Ascendant Lord is saying or what the Ascendant is manifesting itself as. However, it is not in your hands where the Ascendant Lord is placed. And so, in Aries Ascendant, where Mars is placed, most of your energies will go there. So, for example, for Aries Ascendant, if Mars goes into the 12th house, then by virtue of Mars being in the 12th house, it could mean that you go into areas of the 12th house. The 12th house areas are many. It could be in armed forces, it could be in constabulary, it could be in medicine, it could be working in a line field. You may be working in a hospital but may not be in medicine. You may be working in a foreign land as a manufacturer. You may be working in a foreign land as somebody associated as an expert. As an engineering expert, if Saturn shares his energies with Mars. So, the purpose of life comes from not the ascendant alone or from the ascendant, but it comes from where the ascendant Lord is placed and what energies are being used by the ascendant Lord to manifest itself. However, it's not only by where the ascendant Lord is placed. There are 3 or 4 combinations together which give you the purpose of life. The ascendant only gives you the manner in which you will achieve or the manner in which you will deal with various areas of your life. And even those mannerisms that you have may not be the same for everyone. For example, if you are an Aries ascendant native, you know that Mars rules the Lagna. Mars is a planet of hot-headedness, anger, go-getting spirit, and fighting for what you believe in, fighting for the principles that you have, and fighting for the cause. That doesn't mean that the person will fight with everyone and each and everyone in his life. It just means that the person will be a fighter, will not give in easily. That's the manner in which the person will achieve his goals in life, but that is not the purpose in life. For example, for a Cancer ascendant native, it means that the manner in which the Cancer ascendant native will achieve his karma, do his karma, live out his life, be in relationship, will be through a caring, supporting role and mannerism and approach. But that doesn't mean the purpose of life for a Cancer ascendant is to be supportive, caring, loving, and getting into only those areas which are around these. A Cancer ascendant native can be an artist, he can be a surgeon, he can be a doctor, he can be a compounder or a nurse, he can be a stewardess, he can be in armed forces, he can also be somebody who's in the army, who is also, or he could be a fighter pilot. He could be in engineering. So there could be various facets that a person can play, not because of the ascendant, but because of the planetary energies which the person is given, and that is the purpose of life. All Cancer ascendant natives will not have the same purpose in life. All Aries ascendant natives will not have the same purpose in life. The mannerism in which they will go about their life will play a large role in what the ascendant is, just the mannerism, but not their purpose in life. All spiritual gurus don't have the same purpose in life, but the approach will be through a spiritual way, through a learning way, through a way of kindness, but they all will have different paths. They will all have lead you to different areas in your life. If everybody's, all spiritual gurus' goals were the same, their mannerism was the same, then you would not need so many. You would just need probably one, and you would probably go to all, but you have your alignment to one spiritual guru. You believe in their teachings more, and you feel more close to them. You go to them, for example. So even when you have the same ascendant, different people will have different purpose in life, and so it is not right to associate the ascendant in which you are born as saying that this is what the purpose in life will be. So how do you find what is the purpose in life? The purpose in life comes from 4 entities in your horoscope, and the stronger that entity is, the stronger your purpose in life that particular entity will take over. First entity is your Lagna Lord, your ascendant Lord, rather than the ascendant. Where is your ascendant Lord placed, how strong it is in degrees, and how it is manifesting itself in terms of other planetary energies associated with it. For example, if it's Aries ascendant and Mars ruling Aries goes into the 10th house, into Capricorn, where it is exalted. So this means that the person, by virtue of the Lagna Lord going to the 10th house in Capricorn in an exaltation sign, means the person will be very structured in his approach to life. The person will be very dedicated, committed, will be very loyal, and with all the Martian energy will be very dedicated, organized in his work. So this is a fantastic combination for the manner in which you will achieve, and all the energy which is given to you. Almost a sure shot thing that whatever you take up in life, you will fight for it in a very organized, planned, structured, loyal, dedicated, committed manner, and because of these very strong energies coming through, more or less you will achieve things in life, or you will play out your karma. However, just by Lagna Lord being placed in 10th house doesn't give you the purpose in life. Then what gives you the purpose in life? Where, in which house is the Lagna Lord placed? Where does its Lord sit? Where is the depositor? So, if Mars is placed in the 10th house in Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, then see where is Saturn placed. Say for example, Saturn is placed in the 3rd house in Gemini for an Aries ascendant native. Then Saturn, which house the Saturn rules and which house the Saturn aspects, and what are the other energies getting together with Saturn will give you the purpose of life. So the purpose of life is given mainly by the depositor of the Lagna Lord also. So they in tandem, in combination will give you, but the large part of it will come from the depositor and what energies are being associated with the depositor, in what area of life you will be manifesting it. So for example, Saturn is placed in the 3rd house. What is the 3rd house for Aries ascendant native? Gemini. What does Gemini represent? Communication, skills, using hands, branding, marketing. And what does Saturn represent? Saturn represents dedication, loyalty, commitment, working, ready to work long hours, long haul. So a person who is an Aries ascendant native, who Mars goes into Capricorn, Saturn is in the 3rd house, he will be using communication to achieve his purpose in life. Mars will give him the energies, Saturn will give him the mannerism or his approach, what he will be doing. So his approach will be through communication, through branding, through marketing, through skills, through reaching out to people. And through communication he will, and through dedicated communication, through dedicated, organized, structured communication, relentless communication, because of Mars, Saturn being together, the person will achieve his purpose in life, his aim in life. And the person may go on a lot of short journeys to achieve his purpose in life. The person may involve his younger siblings because of the 3rd house. The person may also work in in his surroundings to where he is born, or he may not travel too much from where he works. Even if he has work across boundaries, most of the time his journeys will be short. He may not travel for too much, and he will bring in his global work, he will take it as almost like a local work, and it will be easy for him to reach out, to play, to communicate with people, and he will do short journeys and he will manifest his goal. Now, where is Saturn? What is the house of Saturn ruling? The 10th house and the 11th house. What is the 11th house for? The 11th house is for working in large organizations. So 10th and 11th Lord going into the 3rd house and communication. So such a person may work in a large organization. 11th house also represents society, may do something through his communication for society, working in the large organization and service. So in short, whatever your purpose of life has to be connected to some service that you do in life. Your purpose in life, main purpose in life is to serve others, serve humanity. Even when you are in business or if you are manufacturing goods, through what product you are manufacturing, you are serving a purpose. If you are a doctor, you are serving the purpose of health. If you are making toys, you are manufacturing toys, you are an industrialist manufacturing toys, your purpose in life is to help the young, very small children to learn through soft toys, to learn through toys, and to bring about love and care to them, to help in grooming the younger generation, to groom new life, to give new energies to the new life. And what are the houses Saturn is aspecting? From the 3rd house, Saturn is aspecting the 5th house through a 3rd aspect. 5th house is the house of creativity. 5th house is the house of education. 5th house is the house of children. 5th house is the house of speculation. So 3rd house is the house of self-enterprise, and Saturn placed in the 3rd house is a very strong sign that the person, after working for some years under somebody, will eventually find his own path, may find his own work, his own business. He may be a proprietor or go by himself, or maybe become a consultant or an expert. So Saturn aspecting the 3rd house means he will use creativity in his communication. He will love what he does. He will not hesitate to take risks in what he does. He may be associated with education. He may be associated with children. And because of Saturn also ruling the 10th and 11th, on a large scale, in the manner of education or speculation or stocks or performing arts, using communication, using a dedicated, relentless communication, relentless energies, relentless branding, creativity, he will do something in the area of the 5th house, the 10th house, the 11th house. And where does Saturn, which other houses does Saturn aspect? From the 3rd house. What is the 10th house from the 3rd house? The 10th house from the 11th house, from the 3rd house, is the 12th house. So Saturn, by virtue of being in the 3rd house, will an aspect in the 12th house mean the person will possibly be associated with foreign clients, with foreign nationals, with multinational corporations, because of ruling the 11th house also. And aspecting the 12th house, he may work in large organizations, and in these areas he may do his karma, and that could be his purpose in life. However, what other energies come together, which is the strongest planet in the horoscope, will also manifest itself. For example, where does moon get exalted in? In the 2nd house for an Aries ascendant native. If moon is placed in the 2nd house, then it becomes the strongest planet in the horoscope. So then moon is the planet of support, of caring, and it is placed in the 2nd house in exaltation. So that means the person will achieve a lot, he will do very well, and in a creative, supportive, caring manner, he will be able to do his business. If other planets, there are many planets in a house, they will also manifest itself. That's why the person's purpose in life could be one, but he will use different means at different times to play out his purpose. The person will not have the same purpose, and he will not do the same thing throughout his life. He may be given a certain role based on what his purpose is, and that role he will play out basis how he is manifesting that energy. So one should look at the purpose in life as a combination of various factors rather than just look at one placement or the ascendant alone. For a Taurus ascendant native, for example, based on his planetary placements, especially of Venus, where Venus is placed, his purpose of life will be played out. For example, if Venus goes into the 7th house in Scorpio, so which means that the mannerism in which the person will approach his life or his purpose or his goals in life or his role in life will be through relationships, because Venus itself is the planet of relationship and going into the 7th house of relationship. However, it has Scorpio energy. Scorpio's lord is who? Mars. Say Mars goes into the first house itself in Taurus, which means that the person's approach in life will be of a lot of energy and will be filled with a lot of enthusiasm, and the person will be dealing in something which is unheard of or uncovered yet, not covered, uncovered yet, because Scorpio has the energies of that which has not been uncovered yet. So the person's purpose of life could be, he will be approaching his purpose in life through relationships, through dealing with others, because the 7th house is the house of others, and 7th house is house of relationship, and Venus also manifests relationships. So the person's purpose of life will be achieved through using his relationship, dealing with people, in creating those networks, and in the area of Scorpio, which means that person will have some area of life or his purpose of life he will be doing by doing a lot of research, by trying to uncover a lot of things and finding things. Now, where does Mars aspect place in the in Taurus in the first house? Mars will be aspecting the 4th house, and Mars will be also aspecting the 7th and the 8th house. So Mars will be aspecting its own house Scorpio, and it will also aspect the 8th house, which is Sagittarius. So if you combine the energies, that will give you the purpose of life depending on what other planets are placed with Mars or aspecting Mars. So here the purpose of life could be through relationships, through creating networks, through socializing and meeting others, and using your charm, using your energies, using research, finding out data, culling out data, and doing something in the manner in the areas of 4th house, 7th house and 8th house. So firstly, Scorpio energy is also of the 8th house, and Mars is also aspecting the 8th house placed in Taurus. And what are these 3 houses? The 4th house is the house of family, house and construction. Mars also denotes real estate. So if there are stronger planets in the 4th house, then the person's purpose of life will be home decor, creating houses, real estate. If there are stronger planets placed in the 7th house, if Venus is joined by some other planet or more planets are aspecting or placed in the 7th house, then it could be around business, in partnerships, in creating teams, in working with the spouse, or dealing in the matters of the 7th house, of using energies of partnership, of association with other people, dealing with other people through relationships, and in business, doing some business related to the 7th house, which could be, because of Scorpio energy, you could be in taxation, you could be a tax consultant, you could be an engineer who's creating real estate enterprises, which could end up either as banks or big large buildings, which could be wealth management, or companies which are into IT, technology, engineering related buildings. So you could be in real estate, you could be in business related to products which you manufacture for such, or products which you manufacture for relationships, where marriages are conducted, or products which help in relationships and in communication related to relationships. For example, somebody could be into manufacturing of phones, or in assembly of phones, because phones are also represented or associated with Venus. 8th house is the house of taxes, other people's money. Somebody could be in wealth management, somebody could be in financial support to others, because Venus also represents money, Venus also represents wealth. So, basis which house is strong, where most of the planetary energies are, where your Lagna Lord is placed, how the energies are coming together, your purpose of life will be found out and will be culled out, rather than through the ascendant alone. So don't fall into the trap that because you have a certain ascendant, Your purpose of life is only according to the ascendant. Your purpose of life will be given by these 3 or 4 energies. And the fourth area is, or the fourth entity is your Bhrigu Bindu. Where is your Bhrigu Bindu? Your Bhrigu Bindu is not your overall purpose of life, but there at least one thing which you will do in life, one thing that you will have to achieve in life, which you have been sent as a role for. However, we live our life in chapters, just like the chapters of a book. So you will not play the same role throughout your life. In different means, in different combinations, in different times, in different dashas, you will manifest different roles. So basis that somebody may start off as a celebrity, but then use his name to become an industrialist. There are a lot of film stars who would later on get into politics. Ronald Reagan, who was the president of the US, started off as a big celebrity and then ended up as one of the most popular presidents of the US. So sometimes your purpose of life could be different, or using your celebrity status to eventually do what you have been we have been brought into the world for. So that energy could be given, and many times the purpose of life is achieved very late in life, and you're just being readied for the role in the manner in which you are getting all those experiences. So many times the first 50-60 years of life you may just be gathering experiences, gathering the learning, gathering or just trying to find out what your goal or your purpose is before you eventually get there. If for some reason, if you don't know and you don't understand and you are not able to achieve your purpose in life because you have wasted your energy somewhere else, because the choice is given to you, yet you have not fathomed it, then it continues into the next life and the next life and the next life and so on till you achieve your purpose in life, and with different combinations. And in one area of life, if you have not been able to do, in others you have been able to achieve, then the karma continues. You carry forward the good thing that you have done in one life as a boon in the next, and whatever you have not manifested comes as the next role for you and adding to the purpose of life in the next one. So it's a cumulative effect. It is not a single entity. There is never one single track that you live a life with. We lead a life with many tracks in various areas of life, on many journeys that we take through life. And that's why it's important that the journey is more important than the destination alone, because in one life you may go through many destinations, you will achieve many milestones. So friend, this is my analysis of what your purpose in life could be. Spend some time in understanding your horoscope. Spend some time knowing what energies you are given, where your Lagna Lord is placed, where its depositor is placed, what energies the depositor is gathering, where it is aspecting, and what other planetary energies are getting together, to then know what area you need to work out in and where you need to move forward in, rather than just assuming that your purpose of life is just by the ascendant alone. And when malefics get together or influence your purpose of life, which means your purpose of life could be achieved through some hardships. So don't get afraid of hardship. Don't be afraid of falling down. You fall down and you will get up. Those are just to test you. Those are just to give you the experiences so that you understand better. You are able to play out your purpose of life in a more humane manner, in a more supportive manner, in a more learned manner, in a more wise manner. The more experiences you go through, the more wiser you become. And that's why if your purpose in life is more difficult, many times you may face many hardships in life. So don't be afraid of hardship. Don't be afraid of being tested, because it's only when you are tested many times that the final product of okay label is sealed on you. And only then the Supreme Lord is happy with you and you rise and you move towards salvation. So friends, this is my analysis of how your purpose of life can be calculated. Please like this video, please share this video, and till we meet some other time, this is your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan, signing off. Ciao.